All right, I'm here at the property. Here's the entrance point, and you can see where the tile washed out here, so I'll be hiking from here, but it's going to show you some road frontage. It's on this side here and on this side over here. I'll probably go through this, but I just don't want to scratch my truck up. And here's where the tile got washed out. You can see the tile down here. So this is a power line easement all the way up this creek. Kind of goes off to one side on this side, but power line easement's there. But there's the tile, or where it got washed out. If there was probably a driveway across there. So this is the new entrance. And believe it or not, they've had probably a 1/4 inch of rain in the last 48 hours, and this creek is still dry as a bone. And I'm going to go back through here, see if I can find the trail that goes up the hill. Of course, you wouldn't be able to build anything here underneath the power lines. What's funny is there's small power lines there, and then if you look up, there is huge power lines going across. They cross right there. So there's more of this property down this way, but of course it goes up a ridge as soon as you come across. It goes right up a ridge here. So I'm going to walk back in here, see how far I can get to the top. All right, just continuing up. I just come through right there, and there's a tile underneath it here. And I see where it's going up in the woods here. So this is the trail I'm going to go up. I wish that tree was trimmed. I could have drove up in here. Of course, there's a trail beside the power lines up through here. But I think you're more interested in where this trail goes. So I'm gonna huff it up through here. This was gravelled at one time. I'm sure if you could grade it up, it would come back to the surface. But it's bigger than 57s, I believe. It's good sized gravel. And it's looking better the further I get up here. All right, I got up to a flatter spot here in the road. There's a tile across it here. Somebody has put some money into building this road. And so all the hard work's done. It's a little steep when you first start coming up, but nothing bad. Looking off the side of this, I see what I thought was another driveway cutout, but I believe that's the creek down through there. It's been washed out. So I'm going to continue on up through here into a little split, either this way or this way. I'm going to check this way first, but I'm going to make sure that I'm still on your property, which I believe I am. Let this thing level out. Yeah, we're coming up to the tip up here. This would actually be a good building spot right here. It's a nice tree, but yeah, this is actually a possible building spot. Probably still need to do a little grading out, but let me go out through here and see. You can kind of see where I'm at here. Again, the little blue dot. There's that elm tree. I think that's what that is. And back down there is the way to go to the road. So I'm up here in this corner, and I'm gonna go out here a little further and see what gives out through here. So far, this is my favorite spot where the elm tree was. And it looks like it's gonna drop off down there, but it's not very wide. I still think you would want to bring a dozer in up here and push some more off to make it a little flatter, where you could put a mobile home or build a small house. And you could definitely put a mobile home or a tiny cabin up here now. Some rocks here. All right. You can tell this was dozed out at one time, probably 20, 30 years ago. I got a feeling I'm right at the end of the property here. Let me get the GPS out after I get back out of this spider web. That's probably about the 20th one I've walked through. Got me again in the face. All right, so it looks like we're coming in a big steep valley over here. Man, this is the year of the spider, no doubt. Okay, so that is super steep running down through there. So this is probably your best bet so far to build on. And let me get the GPS up. I see a beer can here. Again, nothing I would worry about. So I'm still not at the end, but I'm close to the edge. So we're running out here. Evidently that part runs off down in there. It almost looks like there is a area in there that's possible to use. Let me go down through here and see. Okay, I am right at the edge where this trail runs out. It looks like right up there is the edge. You can see how close I am to it. So now I'm going to turn down here and go down this. I guess this was a road, and it's just washed out a little bit down there. I'm going to check it out and then continue back up to this upper trail. Okay, this was a trail at one time, but it looks like all the runoff has gone down through here and just rutted it out. And that's probably why they're using that one up there. It looks like they even tried to make a trail here, but you can see by the size of those trees that had to be more than 5 to 10 years ago, because these trees have grown up right in the center of that. But I'm not going to continue back down through there because I don't think there's nothing that I didn't see from coming up the trail. But you can tell there's been some dozer work in here a while back. All right, back up here on the trail. It's only about 25 to 30 foot wide. I still think you're going to need to doze more, but it's a good start, especially if somebody wants to live off the grid. I'm going to turn the corner here. That's the way I came up from. I'm going to go up this trail, see if it opens up to anything. This is the trail that has the gravel on it, and it's still continuing up through here. So I'm hoping we're going to get up here and find a good flat area. There's good washed out ruts here, so it's going to have some work done to it. Coming up to a little turn here. Let's hope it continues. It looks like it is. Oh, it's getting steep too. Yeah, buddy. That is pretty dang steep. To a little more level spot. You can tell they cut out here. Let me give you an idea where that's at. Of course, the road's that green there in the middle. So I'm almost, the middle of the land would be down this steep hill. But this is where the road's at on here. Flat spot, the trail gets really small, and it is rutted out pretty deep right here. Well, I shouldn't say pretty deep. It's rutted out though. You can see signs of rain. There was water pulled in a leaf back there, but the ground is dry as can be. Okay, I have come to a nice, pretty flat spot. If you could build up here, not only would you have a good view if you cleared out trees, but you'd have a pretty flat spot. Let me get up here in the center of this. This is really nice back through here. Oh, you could build a good sized house here, and the trail goes on. So far, this is my favorite spot. Let me show you where we're at. Getting back here to that corner close, but not quite. I'm gonna walk in here a little and look at this. Yeah, somebody else has liked it too. There's a beer can. Oh yeah, that's really flat over here. It rises up slightly over here. But wow. Very nice area. Of course, this is off the trail. Can you see that? I hope it does justice on here. I try not to use super wide angle so you can see it without much distortion. I still would consider this place pristine. Very minimal trash on it. Oh, this spot is going to be the bomb right here. If you could spend the $20,000 worth of gravel it would take to get up here to re-gravel it and level it out, probably more than that. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. It's just been a whole 30 years since I've had to buy much gravel. But you could clear some of these trees out right here and you're going to have one heck of a view. I know you can't see it, but there is a mountain over there that goes down, and then if you cleared it, it would just be a beautiful view. Wow, what a spot. Dang, it's unreal how much flat area is right here. I'm loving this. Coming back out on the trail over here. That's where I just came from, down in there. And I'm going to continue on up in here a little further. Sooner or later, this is just going to have to end because it'll go on the neighbor's property. I'm grateful it's flatter up here though. Basically back here to the point, it just keeps going on up this hill. The point's going to be right up there. I was hoping there's another flat spot up here, but it looks like it drops off that way. How quiet it is up here. And I'm back down to the split where the elm tree is. Well, I'm back down to the road. All right, here is a closeout for the Brock Hollow property. Right here is where I parked and come in. You'll notice there's high tension power lines that run across here, and I think they bend and go that way. But then you've got the regular power lines closer to the ground that run this way. You can see the little clearing right there. So I parked here, walked across the creek, went up the hill here, went all the way up, wound up to here, and this is the first spot that I said that you could possibly put a tiny home or a small trailer on. More if you took a dozer and cleared it out. There is another access road up through here that they'd cut out a long time ago, and it loops to the back of this, but it is very washed out back in here and would need some dozer work to make it accessible again. A lot of little trees are grown up in the middle of this trail. It's like nobody's been up here for at least 5 years or more. So anyhow, I went down there, checked it out, and came back up here and started back up the hill here. And this winds around and goes up through here. And then it gets super steep as you're coming up through here. And this kind of goes around like this. And this is where I came up on the area that I think is prime for building. Going to be the hardest to get there because it's the furthest away from the road. But I think there's close to a ½ acre up here. Once you bring a dozer up here and clear the small trees out, the views from here are going to be amazing. This is where I'd want to build if I could afford to put the money into the driveway and do the land work and everything to clear it out. But then I hiked on up to here to about this point and seen that it wasn't going to flatten out anymore, so I went ahead and turned around and went back down. I did not go over here on this property because I heard dogs loose over there, and I was afraid to end up confronting those dogs somewhere on the land, and I believe you said you were more concerned about this side. So I do have drone pictures of it, but I did not go on it. And also, with the power lines running like that, most of this land is probably useless because you can't build underneath it unless you was to put something right in here. And this guy's driveway is taking up a lot of that spot. I guess you could use his and go right up in here and build something. But he has some junk stuff on this part of the property. No big deal. It could be moved easy. But this side here is your best bet. And that is flipping gorgeous up through there.